A very good evening to you all. Thank you for joining us for the UBC News Tonight, the 8 o'clock edition, this 21st day of December 2025. My name is Wadulo Arnold Mark, and Dorothy Namiyomba is on sign language. Without further ado, let's get straight into our bulletin. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has commended Uganda's ambassador to the United Arab Emirates, Zake Kibedi, for being a role model in promoting investment opportunities in Uganda. President Museveni's message was delivered through the Prime Minister of Uganda, Robinah Nabbanja, last evening at a wedding reception of Ambassador Zake Kibedi and Namutebi Mirak Prosi at Speak Resort, Munyonyo. Former Prime Minister Dr. Ruhakana Rugunda, Amama Mbabazi, the third Deputy Prime Minister Rukia Nakadama, Chabazinga of Busoga, Gabulana Diope, among other dignitaries attended the wedding ceremony. Let's take a look.
Let's all stand up and welcome the Prime Minister.
People are bonded to phones more than into their marriages. You find people forgetting that they are together, and the whole of their attention is given to others on phone. Phones have become a mess that cause a lot of marriages to break.
With my wife, the life has become better, happier, and more meaningful. With this type of work, when you leave office, you want to reach home and switch to another environment. So my wife has always been helpful that this time around, Right Honourable Prime Minister, Bugwell is going to perform much better than before. Last election, our president got 36%. I've decided and I've requested for permission from my wife that after a few days of honeymoon, she allows me to go and join the team in Bugweli to ensure that the president achieves 90%.
You have done and performed your duties with precision. The President sends you greetings and best wishes. On this happy occasion, Mama Janet and I wish to extend warm congratulations to His Excellency Zake Kibedi Wanme and the bride upon your union as husband and wife. I'm glad that Ambassador Zake Kibedi has found a helper and a companion. I commend Ambassador Zake and your wife for your wise decision. Marriage instills the virtue of discipline and accountability to your partner and God. It gives you stability and helps you to focus on one's goals in life. It also accords you the privilege of being a co-creator with God through the blessings of children. Finally, I encourage you to anchor your marriage on patience, love, and faithfulness.
Congratulations, Ambassador Zake Kebedi. In more news, Alliance for National Transformation presidential candidate General Mugisha Muntu campaigned in his home district of Ntungamo as he kicked off his presidential campaigns. Muntu held a multi-day campaign in Kajara, Rushenyi, and Ntungamo municipality to connect with his home support. These are the details.
General Mugisha Muntu got a hero's welcome in his home district of Ntungamo as residents and supporters stand up to support his presidential bid.
Tutakarebaga president nomwe orukutahamu owabarumu akaguma mu ihanga omwe kwaba natahamu owabarumu abari abora nahunga yemereka bari hino arugire hakabaho ona shiwe tuterebi ihanga president aho yashitama owatahamu akazomu butegeki owarugamu akahumura akazomuka emyaka nkaganisha Eswa mtetemu byo Museveni na ija kuchikora ahubwo cyo cyagwe cyo cyikuru rugabiye nguto rugabinde by'amashanyarazi rugabinde byona ecyo cyo cyikuru omuyihango ngena abana batabari yahaniye ndacyo tucitegereze kurungi struggle tutakagirebera harje no mugisha muntu winga struggle tutakagirebera hariho narebo Venantius struggle tutakagirebera hari umucuruzi winga nabandi nabarije Leka struggle twena tugizemu struggle neyitu ahabo kubihangera twartereza tukarteko mikono mirungi abantu bona nabaganyirwamo.
This marked Muntu's first homecoming in Ntungamo since launching his presidential bid.
Nkandi cha kwanzi nyowe Muntu nagambira General Museveni namjensebo utakwata kintu cha constitution humura namugambira tukora humure hati noza kugira kitinusa ekiri kucira ecoine hati nka president wiyaga ruhanga yanje rembabazi nabi omwembeze umuhango ekimuru kusheme kumanya abanyakaja ninjya kubayize kitinusa tindu kwiba tindu kurubatira abantu hira barabara cyane mujugujugu ko kunkora abantu barekera emujugujugu abantu abakorwa mu ceka ba president abakuruga
Muntu told the people of Kajara County, Ramabondo and Rashamire to vote for people of integrity. He emphasized that Ntungamo district should give a peaceful send-off to NRM. A new government comes to drive the country forward. Haruna Mtesa Sida, reporting for UBC News in Ntungamo district.
And in more news, Busia teachers have vowed to continue supporting and mobilizing for NRM party led by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni amidst challenges of salary enhancement for teachers. This was during the engagement with the NRM Treasurer, Ambassador Barbara Nekesa Oundo, at Masafu Town Council during the mobilization for the 2026 general elections.
Barbara Nekesa assured the teachers that government will handle all the challenges, although the issue of peace and stability in the country is a prerequisite.
Movement. This is because our party, each and every sign, everything that has been happening, affirms to the fact that we are committed to investing in our people.
She appealed to the teachers to understand that President Museveni has already initiated development projects for Ugandans. The NRM chairperson for Busia District, Isaac Mwanguzi, applauded the teachers for their trust in the NRM government.
Development and continuity in education and national progress. Together, let us work peacefully and responsibly.
Amid these challenges, we know NRM as a party has done a lot of things for this area, infrastructure developments, roads, schools, and many other things. Security, we are at par, but the challenges I was talking about was in relationship to manpower in schools. We don't have enough teachers in our schools.
Barbara Nekesaleta had an engagement with Busia Christian women leaders.
An epidemiologist, Dr. Geoffrey Kabagambe Rugamba, has advised Ministry of Health to start prevention mechanisms that curtail non-communicable diseases. He was addressing graduate health workers from Medicare Health Professionals College in Kampala.
Non-communicable diseases are a health concern in Uganda, accounting for an estimated 33 and 41%.
It was found that the number of persons with diabetes in Uganda is 3%, which means out of every 10 people, 3 people will have sukari.
An epidemiologist, Dr. Geoffrey Kabagambe Rugamba, notes that non-communicable diseases have overtaken infectious diseases in causing death.
You may also have heard that recently the number of people who have lost their limbs, their legs, for example, is also on the increase. Because diabetes affects the blood flow, how blood goes to the lower limbs, and eventually that part dies off. So the doctors will tell you now, the only way you can avoid the further spread is to cut the limb.
Lead contributors are cardiovascular diseases, cancers, diabetes, and chronic respiratory illnesses. This was during the 18th graduation ceremony of health workers, Medicare Health Professionals College in Mengo, Kampala. The Deputy Executive Director of the Uganda Health Professionals Assessment Board, Joseph Agundwa, urged them to target professional development to respond to the increasing disease burden.
The level of knowledge and skills you have so far acquired in the health field is just but a tip of the iceberg. So therefore, there is a lot for you to learn in the world of work. So be ready for continuous professional development. Those opportunities are out there. Take them.
From the TVET Council, the Senior Manager for Accreditation, Winston Abanaitwe, said all TVET institutions need to fulfill its mandate under the new legislative framework.
We have been training people in a fragmented way. You would find each training provider has their own menu. They train the way they want, and then they are not coordinated. That we shall be having national curriculums. We will not be having institution-based curricula. What that means is that the grading of a graduate here should be the same grading for a graduate in another region in Uganda.
The college principal, David Kansime, called upon graduates to uphold professionalism in service delivery.
Remember, skills will open doors for you, but compassion will keep those doors open. The country needs your expertise, integrity, and innovation.
I swear to fulfill to the best of my ability.
The graduates took oath of allegiance to the noble health profession.
The Ghanaian King Omanen Charles Henry Wode from the Ekumfi Otwam royal family of Akan Kingdom is in Uganda to explore possibilities of establishing a starch industry. The visit targets strengthening trade ties with Uganda, introducing major industrial projects.
Ghanian King Omanen Charles Henry Wode from the Ekumfi Otwam royal family of Akan Kingdom visit promises large starch and cement factories to boost Uganda's industrial growth, jobs, and trade with Ghana.
Coming to Uganda to invest and provide jobs for the youth. We are bringing a starch factory, the biggest in Africa, because Uganda has too much cassava. We can have ethanol, we can have fertilizer, feeding, and all that in cassava. Then we are bringing pharmaceutical to here. It will feed by the starch factory itself. Then we have a cement factory, the biggest, all what we are bringing, the biggest in Africa. We have one in Ghana, but we are bringing another one here.
His visit began at St. Paul's Cathedral, Namirembe, where he delivered a peace message as Uganda nears elections.
Peace is the key in life. Without peace, you cannot sit here. So I pray that we all will contribute to bring peace to our dear country and Africa as a whole. And steadily, without God, the Son, Jesus Christ, we cannot do anything. We should let the light always lead us. And with the light, we can achieve all goals that we want to achieve.
The Dean of Namirembe Cathedral welcomed Oman Wood, emphasizing the historic role of faith and traditional leadership in Uganda's development.
This morning we are more than blessed to host His Royal Highness, the King from Ghana, who has prayed with us in the morning service. We love kingdoms because religion and kingdoms are intertwined. Figureheads that help and enhance development. So we thank God for this visit. The President, even the government, will welcome the investments and that our youth get.
The National Unity Platform candidate, Idi Semata, has withdrawn from the heated race for Mawogola North MP seat. Semata cites being threatened by the competitors with high risks to end his life. Two high-profile candidates, including Sodo Aine Kaguta and Shatse Musherure, once battled for the constituency. The ground is currently dominated by NRM's Sodo Kaguta and Jet Tumwebaze on an independent ticket.
It becomes a very crucial factor to why we should evacuate.
The once highly anticipated parliamentary race in Sembabule district is cooling as National Unity Platform's Idi Semata has quit Mawogola North race.
You find goons coming and beating you. You don't even know where they're coming from, who is sending them, whose orders. Indeed, it brings a dilemma. And to me, as a Democrat, as a human rights defender, it violates my rights and the rights of Zimbabwe and people from Mawogola North.
Semata cites death threats, including his supporters, which forced him to quit.
And I'm so skeptical with my life, ladies and gentlemen, so I come to a decision, the severe cause I've got that I expected, but today they have gone extra mile. My family could be in danger. However, I will not hesitate to apologize from the Ugandans, the freedom fighters, NUP, my people of Mawogola North who had trusted me.
MP Shatse Musherure was the first to withdraw shortly after being nominated, leaving NRM flag bearer Sodo Aine Kaguta. Semata's withdrawal leaves questions why more National Unity Platform candidates are exiting.
So it brings us to a decision that maybe we should live with this. We don't have a reason why we should engage in politics where people are beaten, where a candidate is beaten and my foot soldiers,
A lawyer turned politician, Jet Tumwebaze, on an independent ticket leaning to the NRM, and Aine Kaguta remains in the race among other candidates. Daniel Mugoya, UBC News.
Well, it's really sad to hear that. Uganda Matters University in Kozi in Mpigi district has trained clergy and laity from Catholic dioceses on effective management and governance of church institutions. Let's have a look.
Self-aware than they actually are.
28 participants, both clergy and laity from Catholic dioceses across Uganda, took part. They were urged to use skills gained to improve church management.
Him being a visionary church leader, he strengthened the priestly formation and displayed in seminaries with the Archdiocese of Kampala.
You've been given a torch. This is a torch, a light. Please don't put it under any place. Don't hide it. Lift it up.
The Deputy Vice Chancellor, Reverend Father Dr. Christopher Mokidi, says the course was introduced because appointments were previously made without formal training.
The university, when it was founded, it was meant, of course, to teach academic courses, but also to have impact on the community. So by conducting courses like this is part of our community engagement. Where a university is situated, it should change its surroundings.
That what you have as you, as Sister Betty, is put in other people. But now you follow what the government says, you follow what the school says, you follow the institution's rules. And at the end of the day, having them together makes you a success.
The Minister of Agriculture, Mrs. Aber Stella, urged participants to return as agents of change.
I would like to make a promise on behalf of my fellow attendants of the course that we are going to make a difference in as far as the leadership positions we have in the church are concerned, and in case others arise, definitely we have to be the best.
A gospel crusade aimed at taking the message of Christ beyond church walls was held in Busia, Ghanian, and our reporters had a chance to interact with some of the stakeholders.
The event at Busia Community Field drew believers and residents from surrounding areas. Pastors and church leaders preached directly to communities, joining people where they live. The crusade was organized by Pastor Alex Fradi Ochen, overseer of Rooftop Ministries Uganda, inspired by Jesus' example of meeting people in their daily lives.
There are people that will look like they are not clean, they are not holy, they are not good to be in the church. And those are the people that God wants us to go to, so that we may bring them into the church. When Peter encountered with God on that day, it was a new thing in the life of Peter. He changed his mind from only believing that the Jew people are the people to worship God, and begin to believe that even the Gentiles can actually begin to worship God. So when he went to them, he was amazed because God used him to change the lives of their people.
This year's crusade runs under the theme Joining Jesus 25, promoting unity, evangelism and community transformation through the gospel.
We started doing Encounter in 2012, but we were doing a smaller level. But now we have grown like this year. We are doing it in over 100 countries. And that's why we are saying Joining Jesus 25.
Local pastors say the initiative strengthens collaboration among churches and reaches people who rarely attend services.
The National Resistance Movement in Kasese District is mourning the death of the key mobilizer, Papa Festo Kule Bageni. Kule Bageni succumbed to a stroke resulting from high blood pressure on Thursday, December 19th. These are some of the details.
Papa Festo had been instrumental in mobilizing support for President Museveni and all NRM flag bearers in Bukonzo County West.
This man was really an NRM supporter, influencer in NRM, our father in NRM. This is the man who would say he'd rather lose everything, but to make sure that President Museveni and Dr. Crispus Chionga and all flag bearers, they go through.
Speaking to the press, the chief and NRM flag bearer for Bukonzo County West, Dr. Crispus Chionga, described the death as a major loss to the NRM family. So, youth who worked closely with the deceased say he played a key role in linking them to business opportunities, especially across the DRC border.
And more in our news tonight, the Swedish Steamlight ecosystem for environmental conservation and job creation has been launched in Kagadi district. More details in this report.
More feeds, or it can be
the program introducing solar dryers, biomass dehydrators, biobus technology, eco-friendly paper bags and organic fertilizers, all made from local materials to create jobs and protect the environment.
We have like tractor and other things that we can easily farm, you know. We also do something by hand, but most of the things are doing with machines.
Kagadi RDC Karo Kasaija Nanshemeza officiated the launch and tree planting campaign. She praised the initiative and warned wetland and forest encroachers to vacate and plant trees instead.
It's because of trees and the swamps. So if we destroy them, we are destroying our environment.
Beneficiaries say the program has created jobs and teaches hands-on skills for sustainable livelihoods.
To get trees this time, it is very difficult. And when I look at women in Mhoro sub-county today, we have now got a chance to get the charcoals in a simple way.
SLAC promotes local innovations, ecosystem restoration and environmental conservation.
Because majorly Uganda is a agriculture country, but we have not been able to transform the raw products we have into utilizable products because we are lacking technologies. But as Think Direct for African Communities Network, we are trying to innovate simple, friendly technologies that anyone can be able to fabricate or replicate and apply.
Komamboga Health Center 3 has faced serious challenges due to a rapidly growing population. Our reporter has more details.
The facility built for a smaller population now serves over 15,000 people monthly. Pregnant mothers were previously accommodated in a fragile tent, which became unsafe during the rainy season.
Our mothers were using a tent, and the tent was a bit insecure during rainy season. And we have been really praying for such an opportunity.
A new tent donated by Divine Driven Purpose International Ministries is valued at 27 million shillings.
We're excited today as we launch our 2 weeks project. We started it 2 weeks ago, where we have been called to touch, to bring transformation, to save lives. And so when we visited this facility, we found the mothers in a tent, and when it rains, it's very, very insecure. So we came together as a ministry that comprises mainly of corporates and business people, and also a fellowship that is called Pray Together, Grow Together, Do Christ Together, where we have 4 ministries holding each other's hands.
The donation reflects practical Christianity, supporting vulnerable patients and encouraging community impact. Community support has strengthened maternal health services at Komamboga, improving safety for mothers and babies.
The director of Charter for Change, Achoko Joyce Julian, has called for transparency when dealing with colleagues. She was speaking at a one-day symposium held in Kampala.
Achoko Julian Joyce of Charter for Change says there should be interrelations among different stakeholders to enhance a successful operative system. So far, she adds that their efforts are aiming at enhancing the values of transparency and accountability so as to promote humanitarian values for all relevant service providers.
My message to the new leadership is advancing the localization agenda requires a lot of commitment, it requires a lot of emotional intelligence, it requires a lot of patience, because advocacy doesn't happen in one day. So you need to continue doing the advocacy, availing yourself in different spaces, lobbying for spaces so that you can voice out what the local actors need, and make sure that you work.
However, Emily Drajaru, the chair-elect, says that a good global space for networking is so vital in spearheading developments.
Very committed as the new leadership to ensure that we do not deviate from the trajectory that has been set. We are glad and committed to work with all the stakeholders around us, and we want to appreciate the endorsers who have committed their time, their resources to make this a reality. And today, as we look forward to strengthening, localizing the humanitarian development and peace nexus in our country,
in addition to that, some of the key participants in this symposium had this to say to the media fraternity.
And transparency in their work, such that donors, the government, and other stakeholders gain trust in local partners.
Two, as Fin Church Aid, one of the most important things that we stand for in this journey of localization is to ensure that we support system strengthening as we build these institutions. And for us, Fin Church Aid, that's the reason we are in this space, to ensure that...
Ongeso Godwin Mac, Kayumba Stephen, for UBC News in Kampala.
And in more UBC news, Christians have also been urged to celebrate the birthday of Jesus Christ in a way that praises God. Pastor Michael Chimuli of CDMI Mulawa says that the day should be celebrated by families get-togethers. More details in these highlights. A short commercial break. We'll return after these messages.
I call upon all of you Ugandans to observe peace during election time. And not only peace, but I pray that we'll be united, that we remain Ugandans. I know that we are going in a time of election, and this is a time when we are claiming a new gate of a season. So it's my prayer that we remain united and peaceful during this election. May the Lord bless you and guide you. In Jesus' name.
The program has met our expectations in that it has been able to give us business.
They gave us a contract where we did a renovation at their head office.
MTN trained us in their procurement process and also the IT technology.
I was struggling with managing the finances of the company. So when I went for that training, I was able to improve in financial literacy and management.
Are you a female entrepreneur looking to do business with MTN? Log on to www.mtn.co.ug/AWE. Together, our progress is unstoppable.
You see, I've been a painter for almost 4 decades, and I have found Global Paints to be very reliable. First, everyone knows we use Global Paint undercoat. Now, for the best results, I continue with Global Paints products. I go for Silk Vinyl when it comes to the interior. Then Global Matte for the ceiling, and when it comes to weatherproof, I go for Global Weather Coat Emulsion. With that one, the house will never peel. Now, there you have a sparkling, magical-looking house. And then the client is very happy. He recommends me to another person who recommends me to another person who recommended me to come and do the advert.
Global Paint, a reliable product.
Kabogozi, where are you coming from?
From NSSF.
NSSF? You traveled all the way from Namagudi to get NSSF services. Lekanawe. You work on the era. NSSF is now everywhere. But I show you.
Sure is not far. But some more kuhika gotido. Enjoy NSSF from where you are.
Access NSSF services right where you live. With over 20,000 quick teller agents across Uganda, now you can conveniently register yourself, make NSSF payments and contributions to your Smart Life account, Jubira. NSSF, a better life.
This season, Pearlback brings the magic a little closer with Purpose Santa, spreading joy across our branches. Genuine laughter, warm interactions, and shared moments that remind us our purpose is rooted in the people we serve. From surprises to smiles, these are the moments we'll forever cherish. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from Pearlback, formerly Post Bank.
Blue Christmas is near. Spread the festive cheer all December with great deals right here. Shop online with Market by Momo. We deliver. Log on to market.momo.africa. Use the MyMTN app or the new Momo app to register and shop online. Market by Momo is from MTN and powered by MasterCard.
Unisteel Investment Uganda Limited, shaping the future of steel in East Africa and beyond. With an investment of over $100 million and a production capacity of 300,000 metric tons per annum, Unisteel is setting new standards in steel manufacturing. At our state-of-art facility, we produce TMX rebars, branded Unis TMX 500 CWR, and high-quality wire rods using only imported virgin steel billets. Every batch is tested and tracked for unmatched quality assurance. Our steel powers the region's most ambitious projects, from dams, skyscrapers, to bridges and beyond. Unisteel, superior quality, trustworthy choice.
Step into elegance. Step into confidence. Step into La Vie Boutique. Located at Grand Imperial Hotel, Shop 6 and 8, right behind Bank of Uganda. La Vie Boutique brings you high-class corporate and casual wear for men. From sharp designer suits and crisp shirts to stylish casual t-shirts, tracksuits, shoes and accessories, we've got everything to make you stand out. Call us on 0772 419 181 or 0705 555 558. La Vie Boutique, where class meets style.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. Ministry of ICT and National Guidance has launched Naibawa NRM Cadres Circle in Kamuli District, calling upon the members to embrace President Museveni's call on modernization of agriculture. The Minister for ICT, Dr. Chris Bariomusi, was represented by the Commissioner Jonah Bachiliwira, who commended the prosperity of the Circle's 2-acre tomato project. Let's take a look.
This is Bakari Kwira JJ. I work as the Acting Commissioner for National Guidance, the Minister of ICT and National Guidance. We are here in Naibawa Parish of Butansi Sub-County on a mission where we are launching NRM Cadres Circle. These are the cadres of the revolution, cadres of NRM who came together with a similar mind and a similar outlook, and they said let them put in practice what His Excellency preaches about, the 4-acre model production systems. And here now we are on the tomato project, where they have grown 2 acres of tomatoes, and these tomatoes in 4 months they can be able to harvest per acre 24 million shillings in a harvest seasons, that will be 50 million shillings in a year. This is as an example of the village people, so that they can see as a model farm, as young people, and be able to be inspired to come and participate in such kind of programs. And really thank them very much for their vision. When they heard about it and they have gone through the trainings, they said, let us go and be practical. And this is the direction which we urge everybody to go into.
We were once in a training which was brought by the Ministry of ICT at Busia High School, and that's how we got to know that as youths, we can also start up something that can show our ability, that we can also transfer from subsistence to money economy. You shouldn't wait for the government to help you. You must fight. You must first of all fight on your own to show the government that you do exist, and then thereafter the government will come and help you.
As a citizen here, we've been seeing the very strong benefits from Museveniism and Musevenomics, but the youths have not been picking. I'm just impressed now that some of the youths have taken up.
Funding development in the common market for Eastern and Southern Africa is challenged by underdeveloped financial markets, a heavy reliance on external financing which increases debt vulnerability, and uneven investment distribution among member states. Now, the Trade and Development Bank of East and Southern Africa, TDB, is leveraging Uganda's economic stability and growth to drive expansion of its capital base by issuing shares to public institutions like NSSF, thereby supporting social security.
The Trade and Development Bank of East and Southern Africa has marked 40 years in Uganda and has been hailed for its role as a founding member.
Back in the day when our leaders had that vision to start this special project, they had a big vision, but they had very, very limited pockets. So they signed beautiful subscription agreements, but between 11 countries, they could not even cough up barely $10 million to capitalize the bank. And it just shows that where there's vision, there's real promise.
The bank started in 1985 with 11 members on a capital fund of just $10 million, but has grown this portfolio to a paid-in capital portfolio of over $2 billion today.
When we came here and we were trying to sell shares to the NSSF, and I know Iota was here, one of the questions that I was asked by the CEO by then, we know the history of the bank. What about this and this? I said there's a new leadership and there are so many reforms happening. And immediately NSSF was able to join. They invested. What we promised, we delivered.
Uganda's Ministry of Finance recognizes the role development finance institutions play in supporting Africa's development agenda, committing to enhancing macroeconomic policies that enable affordable financing for both government and the private institutions within the country.
In 2020, at a time of significant global economic disruption, the bank acted as a lead arranger for $300 million syndicated financing facility for the government. You know, around that time, most of the capital markets were closed for some of us who are rated very risky, you know, and TDB came and gave us that money.
Uganda and the Trade and Development Bank are forming a strong partnership to a successful economic growth in strategic investment across sectors like infrastructure, agro-industrialization, manufacturing, trade, health and education. Wadulo Arnold Mark for UBC News.
Arua City Council is building collaboration with private investors in order to avert street vending in the city. Arua City is one of the cities that has many street vendors, a case that is reducing due to the establishment of a community market at Abirichi in Ayivu division by a private businessman.
Constructed this year at Abridge Cell in Naive Division by a private businessman in Arua City, Carnage Community Market has contributed to reducing street vending in the city. Ajobe Mansour, a butcher who has relocated from the street to the new market, says his business was exposed to dirt from dust generated by cars.
We have been on roadside, in fact, and the environment was very dirty, unlike here. And the business, health-wise, it was not okay. The places were dirty. Here, the buildings are okay, butchers are okay, how we displace meat, and we are getting money.
Women who were previously vending in the streets claim they risked accidents and lack of sanitary facilities.
When you sell there outside, you'll get so many accidents there. The things which you are selling, they will not be good. The disease, you'll get it outside there. But for us here, the market is nice. We have dustbin places, toilets, and we love that. We love our market.
The market is smart and nice compared to the one I was selling.
The director of Carnage 1 Community Market, Joseph Amandua, says the market was established to support the city council and the population from the two local governments of Arua City and Arua District.
There is the Market Act of 2023. It has allowed a private developer to put a private market. So this market is purely under that arrangement. It operates on a daily basis. And then the presence of the market alone in that area has attracted, as you can already see in the surrounding, many businesses have come up. So all those businesses, the council is going to collect the market.
Joseph Odama, UBC News.
As the festive season kicks into high gear, more Ugandans are trading their living rooms for hotel suites. It has become a common norm for home away from home becoming the ultimate Christmas gift. Let's take a look.
Days are synonymous with home, but they also come with endless chores and family friction. Joyce Batamliza, hospitality expert at Kabira Country Club, says the shift towards hotel stays is about reclaiming peace.
Imagine having that fun of you as a couple in a room, relaxing, having breakfast, having lunch, having dinner. When it comes to bar, it's fully open all the time. When it comes to having fun, it's really the best. Imagine having a wine with your family. Imagine that extra time with your family. Because during the year, everyone is always busy, work, school. But when it comes to end of the year, we gather as a family and have different entertainment.
From sparking pools to curated entertainment, hotels like Kabira offer a centralized hub for fitness, networking and dining. But Amliza argues that since this festive season happens only once a year, Ugandans deserve a luxury reset.
So when it comes to Christmas seasons or festive seasons, we have different still activities. Imagine having breakfast with your family at that period. Imagine having lunch with your family, because during the year, everyone has been busy, starting from the kids, starting from the family. Imagine being in one place but experiencing different things, and really they are really fun. So when it comes to festive seasons, everyone needs to have that time with the extra people that they love. Imagine being with your family, swimming, having that fun of parents and kids together. Imagine that fun of playing games with your kids. Imagine playing football with your family. Trust me, it's really, really nice.
Whether it's a vacation or a total digital detox, the trend of extended hotel stays is rising. It's no longer just about a bed, it's about a stress-free experience where the only thing you have to do is enjoy.
In a move aimed at promoting road safety and reducing accidents, bus and taxi drivers in Uganda have been urged to avoid making return journeys, especially for long distances during this festive season. This appeal was made at the launch of a Union Oil product owned by Ugandan transporters, which provides affordable motor oil to drivers.
A product called Union Oil. We as the transporters, we have been using other products for other people. So for us, we thought that the leadership of our MD and the product advisor, Mr. Fred Senoga, we decided at least to also to come into the market and we also do business.
It has been a wonderful day for the union. The day when we have launched our union oil. Our union comprises of the riders have vehicles which are in good condition. That's why we have started this union oil. Whenever our riders, at least all drivers, get it on loan.
I, as a leader, at least to come to drive safely on the road. Drive slowly, don't make return journeys, the bus drivers. Because you're going very far with your journeys. Because if you make a return journey, you will go for.
Uganda Police Operations Officer responsible for firearms, ASP Kanyesije Jamal, has interacted with private security companies on their role in promoting the property and lives of Ugandans. He says private security companies have been dynamic in hard-to-reach areas, as these details share with us.
We request the government to reduce for us taxes. That's what is affecting us. Once the government is reducing taxes, I think we shall keep into this business. That's what mostly it is affecting us. Mostly when we are buying like vehicles for deployments, we are paying guns, rental guns from police. So let the Ugandans keep alert that we are in Christmas festival season, and we should also make sure that we are providing the best services to our country.
So I've already known who can guard where, who can do what. I'm a trainer.
Let's focus on teamwork by next year. Let's be with teamwork here. Once we have teamwork, we are cooperating, everything is going to move on well. Right? It's teamwork. Everything is teamwork. Let's have proper communication. Once we communicate, you call the operations peak, you call the admin peak, then everything, it will ease our business to keep moving on.
No any negotiation on that. Because it's a requirement. If you get a job or a guarding opportunity anywhere, if you send one of your managers to come to the table, to the office to get the movement permit, or even the recruitment requirement, the last week you came, I gave you one. I cannot sign that document, I cannot give that authority to go up country unless you ensure that you present the annual operator's license, you are paid with the URA. We have to make sure that the firearm you have, you must have paid for it. Okay? Yeah, that is how really you will be developing yourself time and again. And always don't fear your supervisor.
And in the world of sports, as HIV and AIDS continues to strain health systems and weaken livelihoods, Life Inspiration Sports Ministries Uganda is making a life-saving impact at the grassroots. Let's take a look.
During its 15th annual donation, the ministry reached over 60 people living with HIV/AIDS, many of whom are battling recurring illnesses, malnutrition and limited access to care. One of the directors, Amon Biaruhanga, said growing trust has encouraged more people to seek support without fear.
Today they open up. Remember, initially the number was small, but as per today the number keeps on growing. Yes, because now they are the people who can talk to one another, who can comfort each other. So that is one of the successes. Then two, to us, it is really a happiness eating with someone who is not even expecting something. But as Christmas approaches, this person gets something. And we have done this since 2016.
A medical camp screened residents for HIV/AIDS, cervical cancer, malaria and diabetes, helping detect illnesses early.
Every year we try to have a lunch with them. We have a lot of services going on right now. They are checking cancer, diabetes, HIV. So in case today's checkup they find anyone who is positive, we request that person to join the group. Joining is free.
Beneficiaries received food packages to strengthen nutrition, a key pillar in HIV management. The ministry is now planning a mushroom project to promote long-term health and income stability.
And that brings us to the end of our UBC News tonight. My name is Wadulo Arnold Mark, Dorothy Namuyomba on sign language. I'm styled by Lavi Boutique, located on Grand Imperial Hotel, right behind Bank of Uganda, Shop 6 and 8. Up next is the Africa Cup of Nations coming to you live from UBC TV. Right about now, the opening ceremony is happening in Morocco, the host country. And right after that, we'll have a kickoff match between Morocco and Comoros at the Moulay Abdallah Stadium in Rabat, starting at 10 p.m. So do not miss. Keep it on UBC TV. Have yourselves a lovely night.
Assemble.